From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, June 30th, 2017. Silver is trading at $16.59 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,244 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.7 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $2,534. Antiwar.com reports NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg confirmed on Thursday that the alliance has agreed at a ministerial-level meeting on a plan to escalate military involvement in Afghanistan. The exact details of this are yet to be worked out, and it's not clear which countries will actually commit troops to the buildup. That could involve a substantial amount of wrangling with the U.S., as America's own planned escalation has yet to be announced, and Defense Secretary James Mattis is heavily pushing NATO on the merits of continuing the already 16-year-old war into the future. The basic outline agreed to would see up to 10,000 troops between U.S. and NATO nations sent to Afghanistan and puts the assumed U.S. figure somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000. President Trump has delegated the decision on troop levels to Mattis, but has yet to announce a decision. British officials were the only ones really publicly supporting the escalation at the NATO meeting, though they did not make it clear how many troops they plan to contribute. It may be difficult to find enough member nations this deep into the unpopular war willing to throw more troops at the situation. UPI reports Philadelphia District Attorney R. Seth Williams resigned from office Thursday after pleading guilty to a bribery charge on a federal corruption case that now has him facing prison time. Williams brought a sudden end to the case at Philadelphia's James A. Byrne Federal Courthouse as part of a plea agreement with prosecutors, which mandated he plead to one count of bribery and resign from office immediately. After the plea, Williams appealed to U.S. District Judge Paul S. Diamond that he be allowed to remain free on bond until his sentencing in 4 months, but that request was denied. In making his plea, which followed a full week of trial proceedings, Williams admitted he accepted bribes from a Bucks County businessman in return for favors he could grant as Philadelphia's top prosecutor. Among the gifts were a trip to the Caribbean worth $6,000 for Williams and his girlfriend, a Louis Vuitton necktie, a Burberry watch, $7,000 in cash, a $3,000 couch, and pricey meals. In return, Williams helped the businessman with security issues at the Philadelphia International Airport and promised to look into a criminal case involving one of his friends. Reuters reports Nevada, the only state where both gambling and prostitution are legal, is adding recreational cannabis to the list of sanctioned indulgences for adults, with sales kicking off at more than a dozen shops beginning Saturday. As a result of a legalization measure approved by Nevada voters in November, the state will join 4 other U.S. states and the District of Columbia in allowing recreational cannabis sales. Stephanie Klapstein, a spokeswoman for the Department of Taxation, said authorized shops will be able to sell up to 1 ounce of cannabis for recreational use by customers 21 years and older. Public consumption of cannabis is prohibited, and Nevada has enacted new regulations against edible forms of cannabis that they say could appeal to children, such as fruit-shaped candies infused with cannabis. Nevada is also imposing a 10% excise tax on cannabis sales in addition to the regular 4.6% state sales tax. Nevada has yet to finalize the exact number of stores that regulators will approve. 60 applications were submitted from across the state, though only medical cannabis dispensaries were eligible to apply for a license for recreational sales. Voters in 3 states, California, Maine, and Massachusetts, also approved cannabis legalization in 2016. In 2012, Washington and Colorado were the first states to legalize recreational cannabis, followed by Oregon and Alaska in 2014. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.